person in the movie. Everybody.
Big Al.
Well, Big Al, by the way, Big Al did a great job.
He's awesome, bro.
His finger, man, it was hard, man. It was hard to take that one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, when you brought it up earlier,
Dirty finger.
But my favorite actor in the movie really was, Jesse Borrego. I think he is such a genius. One of the most underrated actors in Hollywood. Jesse Borrego to me was really the soul of Benjamin Bratt and I's characters because we looked to him for everything when we were living together down there, trying to learn more because Benjamin's not Chicano. He's half German and half Peruvian, and he was trying to understand the Chicano experience. And I had my experience, but Jesse really brought us together, man.
He's from San Antonio, right?
Yeah, he's from San Antonio. And Jesse Borrego, I love what he is such a brilliant actor.
He was in Fame, bro.
Yeah,
And Adán Hernandez, the painter, who did all those paintings in the movie, he really brought that.
Was he in the movie?
I don't think he was in the movie, but all his art was.
Okay.
And he is just a brilliant painter, man. I mean, he made that movie, really did. And of course, Jimmy Baca Santiago, the writer. It was a great experience, man. Great experience.
What was it like hanging out with Jesse Borrego and Benjamin Bratt to get ready for to get the carnalismo going?
It really was a life-changing experience for me because I understood. My aunts and uncles they live in Texas and Michigan, and I got the whole tamale treatment every month. They send us tamale, and I understood. My grandmother taught me a little bit, but I didn't understand the East LA Chicanismo, which is a whole different thing, I mean, of course, it's similar in culture and language and arts and all that, but it has its own feel, East LA. So we got it down. We lived with everybody there. We started to see the art, the culture, everything that had to do with the Chicano experience in East LA, and it really was a wonderful experience for me. I learned a lot more about who I was. By cool, doing that movie,
It's different, man, because you go to Texas Chicanos, they're more like ding 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 ding. Ranchero music. Then you go to fucking East LA City Chair, it's more like
yeah, or like Angel Baby.
Angel
He can go that high. I can't go that.
It's funny, man. Like we have friends that have been on our podcast, our black comedian friends, and when they talk about what's the most hardcore movie you ever seen, man, they go, oh man, blood in, blood out.
No, you my man. Y'all Mexicans is crazy than the motherfucker, man.
Well, when Magic Mexico.
Yeah.
Victor Rivers, great actor, by the way. He comes in and takes Delroy Lindo, the guy from the Black Mafia, and he shoves the shank. But this was like a big old long, whatever you call it.
Harpoon them.
They were like, you can't do this in the movie. They were trying to tell the director, you can't do this because it's politically incorrect. But it was so real that what happens in prison, and actually that happened in the 70s with, the Mexican mafia did, take over the whole place. So, and it really happened. So he did a great job of exposing the reality of the segregation in the prison between Mexicanos, whites, and blacks. And it was real, and you can feel it.
Oh, yeah.
It was real, man. Like, you didn't expect that fool to kill that fool at the end, huh? It's for fucking cheap times, man.
For cheap times!
Oh, my God.
You're not going to believe this.
Oh, man.
You won't believe
it.
it.
Shot. Come on. I didn't think my tunnel was going to get down like that, dude. Even I was fooled. Even I want Miklo dead after that, bro. But then at the end of the movie, I understood why. But it was a hard decision, man, to understand why he had to do that. And only Miklo could do that. That was the character.
Yeah.
The character has built up from the beginning to this last finale, which pretty much is where like Darth Vader killing the apprentice, killing Darth Vader, and Luke Skywalker becoming the dark side of the Force. They go the climax.
No, it's climax. It's a story
build up, right?
Yeah.
Everything has built up to this, but the hatred with your half dad and that, and now you're gonna kill this guy, this other dad.
Yeah,
who brought you up in prison?
But he wants peace, and we can't have peace if not.
You want to move forward.
Yeah, there's no choice.
And then the way he did it.
Man. Then you gotta get the other fools.
And that's what they.
Did you guys have real inmates and extras? Because some of the food behind you look too real,
No,
man.
they were all everybody. That's the thing about Taylor Hackford. You know, him and I, we had it was a difficult relationship on a set because we were both very intense. But he was a really brilliant guy in that he really had everything that was real that he possibly could. In the, whether it was the black mafia or the hillbilly mafia or the Mexican mafia, he put everybody in there it was real. Everybody was real except for, like, for example, Benjamin Bratton, people like that. They're not real. But they're great actors and they portrayed it. I grew up on the street, so I had some real things to bring to it. But that was a difficult choice. You're talking about a $35 million film, and you give it to somebody who's never done a film before. That takes pelotas, you know what I mean, to do that.
Wow, you got $35 million to make Blood In, Blood Out.
35 million.
And it's still grossing money.
Yeah, it's amazing. It still sells, and it's
Still sold out too. You tried to order it on Walmart, they're sold out.
It's
They're
sold
on
out
back
Walmart.
order. All on back orders.
Let me tell you, man. Even on YouTube, man. You know Chepo, Juan Garcia?
Yeah.
Everybody knows who that motherfucker is. He's the one that didn't do the podcast. Anyways, that dude, we were on the road one time and we're doing stand-up comedy, and this fool, he's watching something on YouTube over and over. And he stops it, then he starts it again. Then I tell him he's pretty stoned too. What the hell are you watching, man? I'm watching Blood In, Blood Out, but you keep stopping it. Oh man, they don't have Blood In, Blood Out, the full movie on YouTube no more. I gotta watch it in 20 minutes at a time.
They took it off.
That's almost a 2 hour and 35-minute movie.
Actually, it's 3 hours and 20
3 hours.
Oh my god.
You're
Yeah,
right.
It was 3
Is it
hours.
about
It was
2
5
years ago
hours in
they
the
took it
beginning.
off? I
People
remember.
don't know that blood. It's not Blood In, Blood Out, Blood Out. It's Bound by Honor, Blood In, Blood Out.
Yeah.
It's a saga, fool.
Bound by
That's
honor.
the first Mexican
100%
American
right.
saga.
That's
It's
right.
like the big. It's like people you understand that when Europeans watch this movie, they like this movie because it's a whole story about a kid who grew up. What's it like to grow up in a neighborhood when you're fucking different? And this goes out to a lot of people out there. Like, there's a lot of people in prison now who are like Miklo, who are half white, who just caught up with the wrong fucking Mexicans. And they're locked up. Or people are, if you're a half anything, if you're a half black, half Chinese, but you're hanging out with cholos, you're gonna do half of your life in jail.
But you're gonna be recognized.
I tell you, it's funny when in
That's right.
Germany, that when I first went there, I was thinking, okay, I get a little break. I left LA. Nobody's gonna come up to me and say, "But the locals forever, Miklo." And I went to Germany, and I get off the plane. All of a sudden, these big German guys come up to me. Hey, you vatos locos forever. I'm like, what the heck? I can't get
In
away.
Munich.
In Munich. Yeah, in Munich, you can't get away from it. They love them.
Awesome, dog.
Blood In, Blood Out festival in Munich.
But they have it in German, so they come and start telling me the lines in
In
German.
India soon.
Oh, dude. It's fucking awesome.
It's
That
funny.
must sound different. Big Al must sound weird in Germany.
Giving me some choncho.
Giving me some chonch. Essen die Scheiße.
Kendo! Tunkoff!
Nick having mini schnitzel for you.
Miklo after eating these fucking tamales, these popovers. These blints. Man, how many tamales did you have to eat to get ready for this movie, bro? If you were doing, you know what's funny, man? You're from Vatos Locos, all right? And you're from Vatos Locos, but your rival gang is Tres Puntos, no? And you're eating tamales in front of Tres Puntos. Cinco puntos, yes.
Yeah, it was, I tell you, I ate it's so good in the beginning. They taste so good. But then, after a while, after the 21st tamale, I was over, man.
You
Yeah,
look a pregnant lady after
Yeah.
that.
People don't know that after tamales are great, but after the 10th one, you start realizing, wait a minute, I'm eating fucking cornmeal over and over.
Yeah.
Like a little cow.
But in East LA, the best food, they had such great, the caldo de pollo was the best there, man. Oh my God. Caldo de pollo, tortillas y
That
todo.
was that was my favorite, man. Caldo de pollo with a little side rice and cilantro and onions and serrano jalapenos. Maybe some beans on the side, maybe.
I can picture it.
We gotta get rid of the beans.